lantern drumming and what it's all about?
Right, Black Lantern, it kind of like, it just is the name of my company basically, like my drumming company.
Yeah.
It's like, there's two like bits to it. There's like the drum school, which obviously I go into schools, teach like, you know.
Oh, you go into schools as well?
Yeah, I go into like special needs schools, primary schools, secondary schools. That's why the school thing comes about, you know, and then I've obviously got the private teaching as well, which you saw earlier. And then obviously like the live session drumming kind of stuff, which is kind of like the other side of it. So it's like just trying to keep everything in one hub.
Right.
So you just put like a name around it, which kind of people can have a look into. Yeah.
You need to come back. Sound like you're busy.
Yeah, no, it definitely keeps me occupied. Yeah.
Brilliant. So is Black Lantern, is it a full-time job?
It is, yeah. Yeah, like obviously do schools in the morning, or most often than not in the morning. Yeah. Teaching privately in afternoons, and then obviously practicing late on at night with different bands, like doing session work. So
you must be drained.
It's not every day. It's like as and when. Like some weeks could be really busy, some weeks could be quite quiet. Depending, it's like any kind of like self-employed position, you know, you just got to roll with work that you've got available.
You can't refuse it as well, most. Bills to pay.
Yeah, exactly. But you try and like be as available as you can, but like sometimes, you know, it all comes at once, or you know, and then everyone thinks you're busy, and then it goes quiet. Keep hitting that sometimes. So yeah, it's alright, but you know, you get used to it.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. Like I say, it's like a job, innit? Like job.
Yeah, exactly.
Self-employed, isn't it? Was you as a drummer? Was you self-taught, or was it something you just?
I started when I was 13. I think I got to a certain point where I weren't developing like any. Like I weren't being shown any new stuff. I weren't getting anywhere. I like something stopping me physically and like mentally. So then I asked my dad, and he got me lessons. Really? So I started having lessons. I only had a few, but it kind of like broadened my horizons and kind of like made me see.
Opened your eyes.
Yeah, you know, like I really stuck to like early rock kind of music, and you know, like playing a lot of pop songs and stuff like that. You know, play along to like your Beatles or whatever's on radio that you could capture on your cassette. Yeah. But like playing like different kinds of genres, like you know, like anything to like Latin, you know, to like blues or any like African beats and stuff like that. So it starts becoming a lot wider, and then you can bring in a lot more
ideas.
Yeah, it makes it a lot more entertaining and a lot more, I don't know, enjoyable. Yeah. And instead of sticking to like your typical 4/4 drum beats, you get sick of them after a bit. So it's nice to like have a bit of variety.
It helps, doesn't it, in musical? Sort of
definitely.
What's your fondest musical memory? Like being behind a kit?
My fondest.
I bet you've got a few.
Yeah, I don't know. Fondest. I think one of the highlights will probably. I've got probably coming on stage at Leeds Festival. That were really good. Really? Yeah.
When was that one?
2007, 2008. I can't remember.
I never really.
Yeah,
I've got story videos on.
Yeah, it might be a little bit later on. I can't really remember. Hazy periods. Yeah. That were really good. You know, Leeds is quite close to Sheffield, and you know, I went to Leeds as a young kid. Like first time I went when I was 17, and playing on, I think it was the BBC stage. Yeah. So like the second biggest stage there. So that was really good fun. And we went over to Japan, obviously, with it like the Milburn thing, and playing Tokyo and Fuji Rocks.
That must have been.
That were bizarre.
I bet you'll never forget that.
No. I still I always tell people about this, but you know, like after you finish your song, they'll start clapping. Yeah. And then it lasts for 5 seconds and then deadly quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that? In Tokyo?
Yeah, everywhere in Japan. So
Really?
they'll end up clapping
Yeah.
and then just sit there and wait for you to start again. So it's weird to get used to that, like
Yeah.
kind of like
Sort of hard to judge if
yeah.
are they enjoying it or they.
Exactly. It's like you're looking around like, what's going on here? I suppose like English gigs, everyone's going a bit alpha level, like throwing themselves around and crowd surfing, but they seem really respectful of each other and not like really,
I know what you mean, like an assembly.
Yeah, it was a bit like that, like a really well rehearsed assembly.
I don't know. I'd say over there, seem to love British bands. They speak to a lot of bands who've played over there.
Yeah,
they seem to have a fascination.
I think anything.
I don't know what
I think anything like
they do appreciate
Western. They kind of really like. They're really diehard fans, and you know, they can't want to be a part of it. Like the fashion, the music, and the culture.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, they really do take it on, and you know, but it's find it a bit weird in some places, or a bit like you know, like a bit obsessive.
Really?
Yeah, you know.
I'd say you're a big band back then. I mean, you seem to be bigger now, as in going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Venue attendances and
if you go on like the past, well, the tour in September and you know the gigs in Sheffield, I think there's a lot being said when you're not doing like it's because people got fed up with us back then, and it's kind of we've not been in the limelight, so everyone's like kind of found the music on their own steam, and you know, I think there's a lot more younger people who are into us. Nah, so I think
I've noticed that.
So I think like we played in London on Saturday, Nambuka, and the name of like the amount of people who were like 25 and below were amazing. But obviously, the first time Milburn come around, they wouldn't have been able to come to gigs. So they must have like seen it from afar, but kind of not experienced it for themselves.
Yeah, is that Camden?
It's in Holloway, so it's Camden, Islington, Holloway, so it's further up.
Oh, right. Is it the one with like lots of pictures behind you? The setup, drummer? I might be thinking of another one.
Yeah, there's a few venues in Camden. There's like.
So it must be strange, like
it's not far from Camden though.
No, I think I played there before. It's like an old. I think it's a pub with a backstage.
It is.
It looks like a pub, doesn't it?
It does. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
It seems like an old pub that they've converted and they've got like a backspace out back. But it seems it's a decent venue and it's a decent size.
Oh, brilliant.
So it was just like a typical sweaty gig.
Yeah, they're the best though.
I know, there were no barrier at the front. Well, we had to get a barrier in and that lasted the first song. So that was crushed.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it sell out then? That?
Yeah. Like it sold out quite quickly. It was really good. But like, you know, really close to fans and they're all coming onto the stage. You know, just chaos.
Do you find that intimidating then? You know, with people...
No, but I'm okay because I'm behind a drum kit. Yeah. I find it quite, like, you know, safe. So if anyone comes charging at me as well, I've got 2 pieces of wood in my hand and all.
Especially with that thing. They're never going to get by that.
But I know, like, the people that sing, like Tom, Joe and Lou, sometimes if the microphone stand gets... it can damage their face, like can really like hurt them and that. So I think they're a bit wary about that.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I've had nearly 2 flops before. Just my mum jumping up. So I've just got a couple more really. Who's your drumming idols or idol?
I've got a few, like Mitch Mitchell, John Bonham, and that's an easy one.
I watched a documentary on him once. I think it was about his son.
Jason.
Yeah, that's it. Really good.
Yeah, he's like kind of took the throne, like in the, you know, when they did that comeback show. Yeah. I think that were O2. Yeah, he's a good drummer. Obviously, big shoes to fill, but.
So you seem to be. I mean, obviously I've done some research and I know about Milburn and the early days, but it looks like you've sort of gone a bit more darker, a bit more. I forgot the word. Is it called desert rock?
Oh, with Dead Sons.
Yeah, as I'm saying, as you gradually went through life, through your musical career, you've sort of gone through a bit more.
Yeah,
Is it desert rock? I think that's the name for it.
Yeah, it's more Queens of Stone Age vibes. I think, like your musical taste has changed, and you can't really stay on the same like mindset as you were when you were a teenager. I definitely think like Milburn were heading that direction, or like getting a little bit more complex or a little bit more diverse. It weren't like your 2-minute, like kind of more indie pop songs. They were kind of becoming a little bit more elaborate and, you know, a little bit, like I said, a bit more complex. But yeah, I think it's definitely, you get influence from like more you listen to, and I think me, like especially at the time, Dead Sons, we were listening to a lot of stuff like that, and a lot of like Tom Waits and your Nick Caves, and you know, so we were kind of like trying to bring in them influences in any way, shape, way or form. So it were kind of, I don't know, you just reflect, it just comes out of you, doesn't it? And it's a reflection of you in a way.
So just going to talk about the band you've been in. Obviously we spoke about Milburn. You've been in the band Reverend and the Makers, and after that, did it start as Backhanded Compliments?
That's right.
Yeah.
So like the Backhanded Compliments were kind of after Milburn. I think we'd started doing Backhanded Compliments after the last show.
Really? What sort of straight
into it? Yeah. I think because the songs were a little bit more heavier, and but they were a little bit too heavy for Milburn at the time. I think they needed to be like a different entity. So we kind of like went that way. And then obviously Dead Sons came after that, but I think like the Backhanded Compliments, they were only like a brief stage because we were only like a 3-piece.
Ah, was it members from Milburn?
They were me and Tom Rowley, and then an old school mate called Ryan Sellers.
Oh yeah.
He weren't in Milburn, he kind of came like after it all.
Yes.
He brought quite a lot of like heavier stuff to the table, like which were fun to play.
Yeah.
But you were very strict in being a 3-piece because there's only so much you can do. So I think that's kind of like where Dead Sons started coming in. Like the idea, and then it turned from a 3-piece into a 5-piece. So it kind of like nearly doubled. So then we're kind of like, you know, evolved a little bit with that, which made it sound more like a force.
Who are you? Well, I mean, I don't know if you're still going as is it on old sort of thing?
It's one of them projects. I think we'll come back and do it like as and when. We did a show like later. Where were it? A couple of years ago now, I think. At the Lead Mill, and that was brilliant.
Oh, I remember that. I couldn't get a ticket. I mean, no, not ticket. It was free, I think.
Yeah, we came back and did a one-off. Yeah, really good fun. And we're all still mates still, but it's just like, you know, life takes over. People move, and but I think the love for it will still remain.
Like I said, I've only seen Dead Sons once, that in Chesterfield.
Yeah.
I think it just started.
Yeah, we just started playing live. Yeah.
Yeah, the sound were huge, and I was like, yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like a rumble, isn't it?
It is like a rumble, yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of like very full.
I mean, it was brilliant. The extra, was it? I don't know what drums they are that we were using. Was it just floor toms?
Floor toms. Yeah, they just normal floor toms, but we're using like mallets to try and get a bigger sound out of them instead of like a more focused, thick sound. So they were more like orchestra drums.
Yeah.
With like a full. So I wanted the like live drums to be like kind of focused and kind of really like kind of ambience. Yeah. And then to be the opposite, so you get like a really like thunderous sound.
Was that your idea at the time, or?
Yeah, we were kind of like wanted Bernie to be my extra arms.
Yeah.
I wanted to have 4 arms because the parts I kept coming up with, I needed 4 parts for like 4 arms. So I was like, I need to get another drummer in because I'm like struggling with what I'm coming up with. But Bernie did a lot. He like played guitar and obviously sings really well. So.
Oh, is he a guitarist as well?
He did like a lot of acoustic stuff and did a lot of backing vocals and a lot of percussion. So kind of like a good all rounder. Nice to have him in his band.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing again. I need to see him again this soon. So, how did it come about when you started to play with Reverend and the Makers? I assume you're all friends.
Yeah.
From back in the day, sort of.
Yeah, I grew up with Chris, John's younger brother. I played football with him. You know, he used to be on Monkey's front cover on first album.
Is he in Reverend and Makers?
He's his brother, John's brother,
Oh,
Chris.
yeah.
So I played football with Chris, and obviously I've known John for years because he's his brother. Lewis and Joe went to the same school as him, so we kind of like same circles. And obviously, I think that Ryan, their drummer, he's off like doing certain other bits. They asked me to come in and step in and do some gigs, and it kind of like, you know, went a little bit further, you could say. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not like doing it full time or anything. I'm just stepping in as and when. It's just good fun.
Yeah, I always forget his name. I've seen him put Club on quite a few times now. Bloody hell, how professional. The lead singer of Milburn.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe Cornell.
Joe Cornell, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be playing bass for Reverend quite a few years now.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I didn't know how that came about.
I think I've seen him a few times, but I watched an interview about his school teacher.
Yeah, he was out in Dinnington. He does that, like, he's an history teacher. He did it all the way through university and got, he's got a master's in history, so...
That's great. So next one, just got a couple of quick fire questions.
Go on.
Not that you got to answer them quick. So the first one is, favourite Milburn song to play?
I don't know. You must really. Cheshire Cat Smile has probably come round because I don't particularly like the song. It's not. I wouldn't say it's my favourite song.
No.
But to play is really fun.
Yeah.
It's really simple. It's got some really like interesting bits. It's got like quite a heavy half time bit in the late, so you can kind of go hell for leather for that. So I kind of like sticking to me like heavier, like Dead Sons bit. That one's probably the most enjoyable. You know.
Next one, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Oh God! I can't, mate. You can't do that.
I've got him.
I'd have to. Yeah, to be honest, I'd say the Beatles on record, and I'd say the Stones live. But I've never seen. I saw the Stones like Glastonbury a few years back. Just considering how old they are.
I know.
Like Mick Jagger just owned that stage. You were dancing around, running around. They were great, but I've never seen Beatles live, obviously. But Beatles never like did many gigs, did they? After a certain time,
they didn't seem to do it, did they? They seem to have done a lot in a short time with no any gigs, did they?
Yeah, I think because the equipment couldn't amplify it loud enough apart from screaming girls. So.
Come on at Leadmill.
I can't really decide between them two. I'll have to say Beatles studio like recordings and Stones live.
Next one is Joshua Home or Kurt Cobain.
God, these are all these. You didn't show me these.
I've been doing my research. I know you like heavy stuff. So.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or you haven't got to pick. It's just.
I don't know.
Suppose the both.
I'd have to say like I probably listen to a lot more like Queens of Stone Age, Desert Sessions stuff more than Nirvana. But I used to love Nirvana when I was younger. I used to like.
Did you sort of get into, leave, and go back to?
Yeah.
Sort of thing, you know.
I don't like it smells like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are. And, you know, I still teach like was it Inbreed and like that, which are fantastic songs. But yeah, I think I'm swaying towards Josh Homme.
That's fine. He is a great frontman. He's a great guitarist.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Next one is vinyl or CD. Or tape cassette.
Well, obviously vinyl. Well, I've vinyl for quality, but I've got a CD player in my car, so I still buy CDs today.
Wouldn't it be great if they designed a record player for a car?
I'd love that. It come out those
Multi-changer.
scratched like low, wouldn't it? You have to.
Yeah.
I've seen one that you can put in and it does it like vertically.
What, a CD?
No, vinyl. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, what, like a jukebox? Or just a...
Yeah, just to like, you can put it in and it kind of like sucks it in and then obviously
really?
just flips, keeps going around. So.
Oh, I need one of them.
I know.
Playing live or recording in the studio?
I much prefer playing live.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just the old, getting out there and...
I suppose it can be frustrating, studios and...
But the studio's good fun, it's just sometimes like... where if you can nail a drum track and then you can not do, and then you're done.
Yeah, and there's a lot of...
A bit of percussion and then you can have your say your part for different bits or something, but guitarists can put 6 guitar parts down and we drum track, there's only one drum track. I know you can spend a long time getting a drum sound, but I think live's probably... Plus you capture the moment and you're not doing anything behind smoke screens or anything. Unless you've got a smokes machine on there, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a thought. Last one. If you could join another band, who would it be? Probably a generic question. That.
Who would it be? Prodigy?
But really?
Yeah.
Alright.
I've seen Prodigy loads, and they've always got a live drummer. And I think I'd be a really good Prodigy drummer. I think I've got the
you got
anger in me.
Yeah, you got the kick, John.
That's it. If anyone fancies coming down having lessons,
yeah.
I always find it people who are a bit worried, about having music lessons or drumming lessons, because it feels like a big step, big leap. It's a really safe environment here, so it's you can just come down and...
It is, it's quite relaxing, isn't it? It's not too intimidating.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like it's... you're going to do 1 hour session, you're going to be playing in front of hundreds of people. It's you take it at your own speed. And I've been teaching people, like I told you, as young as 4 years old, and as old as, I think the oldest guy's around 60. Yeah, so people who are just on the verge of retiring. So, obviously, because they always wanted to do it but never had the availability, time or chance. So
I mean, I was just going back to drumming. I mean, there's always seemed to have been a shortage of drummers.
Yeah.
And you think why? And you got to think it's got to be parents who don't like the banging.
No
way to practice.
Yeah, because you need a drum kit to practice.
Yeah.
It's quite fortunate in this day and age because there's a lot more electronic drum kits coming out.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more feasible to have a kit in your house. But to me, nothing beats the real thing, the acoustic drums. So you have to have somewhere.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Either 8 sticks or a practice room which costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or you've got friends who are already in that industry, or mum and dads, or parents, or I don't know, friends of the family who you could go and utilise the space. So it is there is a reason why, and plus quite expensive drumming. Everything about it is quite pricey. It's you can pick up a guitar for £50, but you can't get a drum kit for no less than probably about 200.
The upkeep as well, isn't it? Skins, sticks.
Skin, sticks, everything. There's just so many bits that could go wrong. Cymbals cost a lot. Yeah, it's a bit of a bottomless pit.
But it's paid off for you as well. Obviously, you enjoy it still.
Would
you have any advice for up and coming drummers or musicians who sort of want to do it for fun or career? Is it just...
I don't know. If you really feel like it's your thing and you got your heart set on it, just work as hard as you can, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other way of saying it, because if your heart's in it, then pursue it as long as you can.
Yeah.
I'm quite fortunate because I went up doing it at such an early age, and then the Milburn thing kicked off, so it kind of like gave me an opportunity to carry on with it. Like, so try and get some mates who are on the same wavelength and try and make a band. And,
I think that's the thing in it as well. You don't starting a band, it's wavelengths. And not too many egos and not trying to take it too serious. And
just have fun. Yeah, because if you're not having fun, then what's the point of doing it?
Yeah, you've all got to click.
Yeah.
And enjoy it and commit.
That's it. Like when you're a lot younger, there's no commitment.
Exactly.
It's more like it chose you more than you chose it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you've not got like serious girlfriends, you've not got work commitments, you've not, you know...
There's no luggage, is there, or baggage?
No, it's just you turn up and, you know, you're having some fun and you end up writing some decent songs, and by the time you know it, well, this is what it were for me, you know, people are interested.
Yeah.
I want to take you on board, so... write some decent tunes. It's easier said than done. But get out there, go and like play gigs and start doing it as early as possible.